Hey everyone, Hurricane Liz here, back for another Professor's Podcast. And with me as always, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Howie Ty. Howie, we are coming up to another live and in-person mastermind. Finally, our first one in 1.5 years. I know you're fired up, and this is our second speaker that we're about to interview here. And this is going to be a good one. Tell me a little bit about this gentleman and why you selected him, why you wanted him to speak in front of everyone at the I guess we could call it the first ever Elite Innovators Mastermind, which we, again, have not done in years.
Well, let me see. How long has it been? Where did I meet Tim here? If you can remind me, that would be great, Tim. I'm okay.
I honestly don't know. I know it's a few years ago, but I don't even know where.
I don't know. But let's just go. Well, Tim is my fishing buddy. He's also my drinking buddy, and he's also my partying buddy. We do a lot of stuff together. We go from Las Vegas to all the way to like Texas, all the way to Thailand. We go all around, right? We were speaking at the affiliate marketing event where it's, I guess, back in 2019. I remember. So it's crazy. A lot of stuff we've gone through. So what it is because Tim Jordan is pretty out there in the scene and stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about him, how good of a marketer he is actually doing his marketing and stuff. And I want to actually show the world what Tim can actually do. So yeah, we're gonna show you a little bit of what Tim can do.
Amazing. And Howie, obviously you want to show the world what he can do. That's why you decided to change your backdrop. It's no longer the Christmas trees for Q4. It's the world behind you, planet Earth that you have right behind you, which is exciting. So Tim, obviously Howie thinks tremendously about you, and you've been selected to speak at the event, which is October 4th and 5th in Las Vegas, Nevada, which I will be giving a link here at the end of this, telling you all how to get more information on that. But Tim, give me a little bit of backstory. What we usually have our speakers go through is we try to tell them, give us an elevator pitch of who Tim Jordan is. And let's just say, for example, you're on the elevator with Howie and you want to convince him that you are the most qualified person to speak at this event. Who are you and what are you about? Just throw a big elevator pitch out there.
So I am not a genius by any means, but I do keep my ears open. And I am fortunate enough to be in the community enough that I learn a lot of different things from a lot of different people. And I can consolidate and combine a lot of this stuff and turn it into pretty, sometimes outrageous, people would say, but outside of the box, unique ways of getting things done. Right. So I've done everything from owned shipping and sourcing companies in China and 3PLs here in the US. I've consulted for some of the biggest and most well-known service providers and software companies in the space. I've been coaching private label sellers from beginner all the way up to 7 and 8 figure sellers for about 3 or 4 years now, and I collaborate with some of the other really good thought leaders in the space.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was good or not. Was that good?
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. I mean, I think a lot of people, you're very humble because a lot of people would say like, I do this well and I do that well, and you basically said a mouthful there. You just keep your ears wide open and you just happen to party and commingle with the right people. And it's funny that you mentioned that, Tim, but I don't know if you recall or you were on the scene when ASM had Richard Branson at their conference. And One of the questions that was asked is, what is the advice that you give a brand new entrepreneur? And his answer kind of like shocked a lot of people in the audience, but I took that to heart. And since then, that's been the best business advice that I've ever heard. He said, party more. Because the reality is that most of the secrets, most of the business deals get made out while you're out and about drinking with Howie and Don Julio. So that's why I encourage everybody to come out. Howie, anything on that Tim touched on that you have any thoughts about?
Well, like you just said, he's like a social network genius and stuff like that. So my wife calls me a social slut sometimes, but I think he's more than me.
I'm a bigger slut than Howie. That's not good.
That's tremendous. I mean, that's what this mastermind needs is more sluts. So we'll try to keep it a family show, even though I think we already crossed the line with the slut comment. But Tim, give everybody just a little bit of a teaser. I know the last guy that we spoke to, the Wolf, we'll just call him the Wolf. He teased the hell out of some people on some of the topics that he was planning to discuss. Give us a little insight on the handful of things that you've tossed around, potentially speaking about at this event.
Well, it's all about
before you say that, there's this event is like a competition, right? There's going to be like 11 speakers, and they're going to be like a cash prize of $7,000. And so this is going to be like, so we want the best of the best out of you. So go ahead. No pressure.
So one of the coolest things that I've been experimenting with probably for 18 months and kind of ready to share now is this strategy for outside traffic that I've never heard anybody else talk about. And if we talk about, ways to succeed on marketplaces like Amazon, outside traffic right now is everything. A lot of the ways that we used to be able to rank and drive sales and get reviews are getting harder, frankly. So we have to start doing things a little bit more legitimately. We have to play a little bit more by the rules. And really the best way to get Amazon to really take attention or focus attention on your product is by driving traffic to the platform. But it's tough. We're seeing like the iOS updates happening with Apple. We're seeing, Google ads and Facebook ads going through the roof right now. So we have to think kind of outside the box, and we have to think about like guerrilla marketing on how we can get traffic. The best marketers in the world are affiliate marketers. They are. And maybe this revelation came, Howie, back, 2 years ago when we were hanging out in Thailand with some of the best affiliate marketers in the world. I don't know. But they are typically, operating on slim margins. They're operating in very, very competitive spaces, and they have to be the best marketers in the world. So what I started doing was figuring out how we can utilize digital marketers and affiliates to drive traffic to our products. So I figured out this method that I started experimenting with, like I said, probably 18 months ago, and it works. And I'm not going to give too many secrets, but I'm giving the exact blueprint. I'm giving, templates. I'm giving SOPs. I'm giving the exact strategy and exact secrets to how I find the best digital marketer affiliate sellers in the world and how I get them to push my products directly on Amazon.
That's very sexy, Tim. I got to say that is very sexy, very slutty. I love it. I'm looking forward to hearing about that, especially the template part. And I know Howie said it earlier. He was telling the Wolf that we've had quite a few speakers, but usually the ones that give things like SOPs, they typically take home the grand prize, which, as Howie mentioned, is $7,000 in cash. So I can totally see Howie with a set of sunglasses, maybe a black suit, black tie, and a little silver briefcase. We're going to make Howie the man in black, and he's going to award that to the one speaker, which we did not mention. There is also a prize for smartest marketer. So that is also going to be a cash prize. And I believe that cash prize was it like $2,500, Howie? What was that?
I believe so.
Yeah. So one thing, Tim, one of my questions to you is obviously aside from this traffic with the affiliate thing that you've been working on, that you've been doing very successfully and it's worked out, what at the present time is your other favorite forms of external traffic to drive onto Amazon?
So I like finding existing traffic that nobody's looking at. And the way I do that is find unique product opportunities. I look for, keywords that people are searching for and there are no products available. So instead of generating outside traffic, I'm finding outside traffic that's not being catered to yet. Right? I call these my Yeti products. It's products that people are looking for, but nobody's selling. And it's tough to find those because traditionally we would look at products already on marketplaces, see what their sales revenue and see, how many, clicks are getting, things like that. But this is like completely random. An example would be if someone were looking for, pink Christmas trees and there was nobody selling pink Christmas trees, I would find the keywords in the search volume of pink Christmas trees and know, hey, there's already enough people looking for these things. All I have to do is backfill it with the product. And I look off of the marketplaces. I look in social media. I look in social forums. I look at other digital marketers driving traffic, things to different platforms. And I find where there is demand that's not being backfilled yet.
Do you ever find any instances, Tim, where you reverse engineer and there's obviously a lot of traffic on other marketplaces or like you mentioned, like if you look for pink Christmas trees and it's popping up in a lot of different spots, do you ever find products where you get them on Amazon and then the traffic's not really there? Or does it start to come once you put the product? There's like a delay in time before that actually happens? Because obviously the demand's there in other marketplaces. Yeah.
So there's two ways to look at that. One is frequently there is a delayed demand, right? If I see it popping up on Etsy, I know that in 16 months it should be popping up on Amazon. And I can park it there and I could wait it out. Amazon, for some reason, is super delayed. It always has been. It's behind everybody else. Maybe it's because there's such high buyer intent and not browsing intent like other search engines. The other way to go about this is let people know, hey, it's on Amazon. So I can park it on Amazon. I can redirect that existing traffic at other places and say, hey, here you go. So if it's, popping off on Pinterest and there's all these Pinterest ads and nothing on Amazon and no demand on Amazon, I can park it on Amazon and then run ads from Pinterest to Amazon, right? Using that existing interest and demand and just pump it over to Amazon. So I artificially create that flow, right?
Yeah, that's very cool. Howie, I know you might have something to add there.
I was trying to get myself in there, but I don't want to interrupt anyone. But yeah, right now, most recently, like in China, Shenzhen, they actually, because of a lot of the sellers are getting suspended, the government is actually doing some incentives to for people who are actually made products that are made in China, sold on Amazon sellers. They're actually giving them incentives. They're giving them 2 million yuan. 2 million yuan is probably 300K USD worth of money just to give them away. Their only qualification is if they are a seller that has about 300K sales per month. So what there is maybe a flood of money coming in by Chinese sellers being able to use it for marketing dollars or other things. So Amazon PPC should or could be getting more and more expensive because that marketing dollar is going to be used towards that most likely. So we as Amazon seller should look into other venues such as the low CPC prices. So maybe TikTok and other venues and stuff like that, and really need to level up, or else other people are going to take advantage and take over. Because right now, it is the era of external traffic. So if you're not on that, you're going to be left behind.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point, Howie. And you know, which brings me a question for Howie. We definitely don't want to leave you out on this, Howie, but that brings me a question to you. Howie, what platforms are those Chinese sellers with this surplus of money? What platforms do you predict they're going to be using aside from Amazon PPC?
So they normally do either Amazon PPC or Facebook. So those are the two main platforms that they working on. So right now, in China, they're really gaining on popularity is TikTok as well. Everyone's jumping into TikTok ads and TikTok influencers and stuff like that. They're building this influencer network for the Chinese sellers right now. I could see. So that's a lot of things, but a lot of stuff that right now I know that in the Western world, supposed to be the best marketers out there for branding and stuff. But at this time, TikTok is from China. So everything, actually, what you see in TikTok USA is light years behind TikTok China. So they call it Douyin. So right now they even have already shoppable live shopping and things like that. So they're creating billions of dollars for the industry and stuff. I mean, a lot more than billions, right? So we're just way behind from China's TikTok and how it's running on. So they're probably going to do more TikTok as well. So TikTok is really low price right now for ads, and just need to get in there or before you left. So again, not FOMO, but you guys got to get on it.
Yeah, and you know that, which reminds me of something that Tim said earlier that kind of combines with something that I learned at one of Howie's masterminds. I want to say this was 2 years ago when I attended the last mastermind in Shenzhen. And I guess that was the last time. I don't know if China's allowing people in. I don't think they are. But the last time that we attended that, we actually, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, it was a long time ago. And you had a guy on staff, Howie, named Darwin, who was just absolutely girl crazy. And he showed me TikTok for the very first time. And at the time, TikTok wasn't even in the United States. And you guys were going off about TikTok, this and that. And I came back to, it was actually Genius Network, which I'm wearing the t-shirt for right now. I came back to Genius Network, telling everybody that TikTok was the next best thing. People were looking at me like I was just a complete alien, like I was from another planet. Like I lived back there where Howie has behind his back. They thought I was nuts. They thought I was just out of my mind. And look what's happened here. With that being said, it kind of connects to something that you said, Tim, which is this affiliate traffic and finding that next pocket of traffic. And since I know you have your ears up and out everywhere, you constantly get information from other people. What kind of opportunities like this are you seeing for 2022 and beyond in both external traffic as well as the Amazon atmosphere?
I think that there's kind of two pieces of this. One, there are big opportunities, but two, there's a lot of people claiming there's big opportunities and there's not, right? For example, we're seeing this as influencers. We're seeing a lot of influencer marketplaces where people are claiming to be influencers in these categories, but even though they have a lot of Instagram or TikTok followers, the conversion and the actual engagement rate's super low. So there's a lot of kind of fake, hyped up demand out there. Not demand, but performance, right? Hyped up performance. So I think there is a big opportunity, but we need to become really savvy about sorting through and seeing which those opportunities are better than others, right? Because there's a lot of fluff. So when we look at something that is cutting edge, that is just getting started, that's easy to filter through and figure out, what's actually legitimate here. The further and the more like established these methods and processes go, the more savvy we have become. Think about like digital marketing agencies. When this whole thing was just getting started, it was fairly simple. There's a few agencies out there crushing it. If you could get in with them, it was great. But now everybody thinks they can be a digital marketing agency. And probably 3/4 of them don't have a clue what's going on, right? So I think that coming up in 2022, the way that tools have developed, the way that platforms have developed, the way that we're able to segment audiences, target audiences, and actually find different audiences that are applicable to different products on different platforms, that's all great. But we're going to have to start becoming very, very good at deciphering what's real and what's not. We're going to start throwing, bad money at bad opportunities.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Howie, what do you have to add to that? Just like I said, you go to every event. You're like Tim, you guys pretty much see each other pretty common. You're drinking buddies, you're fishing buddies, which says a lot about you guys. What do you see in 2022 and beyond, that subject that we've not touched on with you, Howie, either? So I'd like to get your insight since we got your drinking buddy on.
So right now it's all about how to get traffic and sales outside of Amazon, external traffic, and how do you do it in a cheap way, in a practical way? Because it's not in Amazon PPC, it's getting more and more expensive, but that's actually the best conversion usually. But how do you convert higher? How do you get a good conversion rate on the money that you spend, the high ROI, and ROAS and low ACOS? So that's how you figure it out. So what it is how are we going to be able to rank using that kind of methodology and stuff, since rebates are kind of old days stuff, because it works still, but it's getting less and less important. So you got to know how where the traffic is, the signals that are shot up will shoot up the algorithm so that it'll rank you higher and faster. So I think knowing how to pick on the influencer marketing side is really important. Like Tim said, first of all, there is influencers, and influencers with a lot of following count doesn't lead to sales. And second, influencer with a lot of follower count with a lot of high engagement doesn't relate into sales either. If you're a dancer and you're dancing around, half naked and then going on, and you have a lot of engagement as well, maybe, someone with a For You page with like OnlyFans club and stuff like that, people are interested, but then you got
I have
that.
no idea what that is, Howie.
Oh, I don't know either. I heard about something like, I'm just trying to pretend I'm smart. But yeah, so, like things like that, they're getting a lot of attention and stuff like that. People are talking to them, but, you're talking about selling a product. They're not even correlated. They're not related to, and especially maybe not even in your niche, right? If you're selling maybe baby toys or something like that, and then they're doing like dancing around and doing other things. Like you have to really find a niche and the person. So as well as a good closer, knows how to do the hook, knows how to do the storytelling on the videos and stuff like that to hook them to get that following count. We've seen and done some influencer marketing where we see like videos that goes up to 54 million views, millions of likes, and a lot of followers. So those are like, and that becomes a bestseller badge, like nothing. So and then most of the time, people don't expect it doing so good that they run out of all the inventory because they sell so much at 100% of the price. So that's where virality comes into place, and people in the Amazon community needs to get ready for that kind of sales.
Yeah, Howie, now I perfectly understand why your wife calls you a social slut. Makes perfect sense to me. You're on TikTok. So, Howie,
sorry. I want to clarify. I'm on TikTok. Yes, I am on TikTok 3 to 4 hours a day. It's all about R&D. That's what I've been telling my wife left and right, but I don't think she believes me.
I perfectly understand Kat now, but Howie, that was a terrific answer, actually, Howie. Yeah, Tim, my last question for you before we wrap this up. I'm not sure if you've actually had a chance to look at the other speakers that are going to be at the event. And obviously, since you go to a lot of events, you got your ears up, you're trying to pay attention to what's going on, you're socially interactive with everybody. Is there anyone on that page that you look forward to speaking with that you haven't had the opportunity to meet?
Well, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings and list someone specifically, but I do want to make a note that surprised me. most of the events that I go to, I know all the speakers. Most of the events that I see, I know all the speakers. I looked at the lineup for this event and thought, who the crap are 3/4 of these speakers? I don't even know who they are. And that's great because some of the best content comes from people that are operators, that are in the trenches getting stuff done, and they're not on the speaking circuit, so to speak, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see and hear from people kind of outside of the typical bubble, which is one reason I think that an event like this is so intimate and so unique.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you this, the last time I know we had Travis Killian, who he blew the house down, and Howie told me at the last minute that Travis was coming back on. So Howie, who are you pumped to hear this time around? I know we heard Travis, we heard Matt killed it as well. Corey's killed it before. He won several awards. Leo won a couple awards. Who are you looking forward to most, Howie, before we wrap this up?
So far, I wanted to see what the Wolf has to say, because he's from the internet marketing affiliate side. So we want to bring him in to see how that cohesion with Amazon works and how, that would relate to more sales. And especially he's going to be bringing in a lot of this in-depth knowledge. I think he was saying SOPs and stuff like that into our event. Like what you said, Liz, we had a lot of good speakers, and a lot of them I try to bring back this time around. Like from the PPEs, all the best speakers from the PPEs that we had, we brought them back. Like Matt Altman, the $150 million seller plus. We have Travis, I think he was like 80 net million now from the last time. And we had we have Leo, we have a lot of the old speakers, especially a lot of people from the Cowboy event that is really good. They had so much value that I brought all the best of the best back onto stage to give us as much value as possible.
Right. The Cabo one was terrific. I got to say that's got to go down one of my favorite one all time. But we do look forward to adding Tim Jordan to the lineup. And you guys heard he's got a lot to talk about, including he's going to give out some steps and tell us how we do things. So I, for one, am looking forward to that. I know Howie's looking forward to that. And we thank you so much, Tim, for joining us. And to find out more information, as well as those speakers that will be signing up and alongside Tim for the competition, remember, in addition to the $7,000 in cash money that they're going to take, they're also going to take a belt home, a worldwide championship belt. We call it the Mr. Worldwide belt. They will win that title. It's better than Pitbull's Mr. Worldwide title, I'll tell you that much. And they're going to win a cash prize. So they're going to bring it. They got their best things to speak about, things that you've not heard them speak publicly. And as Tim just mentioned, a lot of them don't speak publicly. So these are underground guys that are actually out there making some money. So to find out more about that event, which is October 4th and 5th in Las Vegas, Nevada, head on over to howardtai.com/elite 2021, like the year. Again, that's howardtai.com/elite 2021. And that's in October 4th and 5th in Las Vegas, Nevada. We do have most of the mansion rooms sold out already. So make sure to schedule your call at that page. So other than that, Howie, any last words before we say goodbye on behalf of Tim, myself, and obviously the band, the myth, the legend?
No, I'm just wanting to make sure that we get to see Tim Jordan drunk. I don't think I've seen him
bring out the Don Julio
drunk before.
Tim,
but
what's your drink of choice, Tim?
But the most important is I've been working with Liz for so long, never seen the Hurricane Liz that everyone's been talking about. We want to see her drunk, shit face.
Well, that's going to happen, Howie. So I guarantee it. I'm coming out in full form. You'll see the Hurricane back along with Howie, which we know Don Julio's his drink of choice. Tim, what is your drink of choice?
I'm never telling anybody. That's a secret.
Tim,
like there's some women that say tequila makes their clothes fall off, but they don't tell anybody that because they try to feed them tequila. I'm not telling you my secret. I can't do it.
Oh man. All right. Well, we'll just have to figure it out, Tim. We're going to have to buy you several different drinks. So
samplings.
Fantastic. All right. Well, on behalf of Tim, Howard, and myself, goodbye. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. I'm fired up for October 4th and 5th. I know Howie and Tim are, so we're going to do it. See you guys soon.
Take care.